So, hello and welcome to yet another episode of News Time. And today we have with us Mrs. Jyoti Mayal, who is the president of TAAI, the Travel Agents Association of India. And she is also a very active member with FICCI and predominantly playing a very important role in the travel and tourism fraternity and the business travel sector as well. So, welcome to our discussion, ma'am. And first of all, I would like to understand your take on the Union Budget 2021. This sector, the travel and tourism industry, was very badly hit in the last year, and we were hoping for some kind of a revival through this budget. So, what is your take? Where do you feel we can derive some benefit, and what do you feel can be the way ahead for our sector?
Thank you, Raghav, actually, for asking this question. This question has been asked since yesterday because we've had a very disappointing day where the union budget was directly in contrast to the travel and tourism industry. And I see that there is a frustration and there's a demoral motivation in the entire industry since yesterday. But yes, we have to move on, like you just said. And how do we pave a path forward? So saying that, I'm going to again reiterate that union budget of the 2021 was a great setback, and as the president of TAI and vice chairperson of Faith and other chairs, like you just said, I believe travel, tourism, hospitality industry is not only frustrated and demoralized, they are demotivated right now. And COVID-19 was absolutely unprecedented. We all know that. And beyond protection, we were anyway under a lockdown and very didn't know what to do about it, and we were struggling to survive. But the budget 2021 has gone beyond because that could have made a change for ourselves and the way the industry works. And that's because we haven't got anything. I'm not sure how strongly it can sustain because it's going to be a challenge for sure. There were huge hopes from the finance minister, and it has actually derailed the revival of all the plans that we had in mind, that we would get some preference in this budget, at least be recognized, because I'm sure the government also recognizes that. I mean, we all know that we contribute 9.2% of the GDP, and we have 10% uh, going towards employment. Like, every 10th person is employed in this industry directly or indirectly. But support on all our requests which we had asked for, which were very critical to the survival and revival, which were the incentives, the moratoriums, rebates, the tax-free holidays, abolishing of TCS, encouraging MICE, creating fund for bidding of MICE on the international level, the SEIS of 10% to all foreign exchange earning members. As a matter, they should have released the SEIS money 2021 at least for the members who are into this business. Export, status, and the largest and the biggest which we had asked for, the industry to get this whole industry to get an industry status and to be in the concurrent list. And the second thing which I feel was very important, which should have come in force, was that we wanted to establish, though it's not exactly related to the budget, but we wanted a national task force to be absolutely come into existence under the aegis of the Prime Minister himself. Because I can understand from the challenges, of what they are facing. And the budget, what I've seen, I mean, it is a good budget for the long term. It's a good budget because they have actually increased the capex spending and the investment in infrastructure, which is a long term plan. And of course, it will generate employment, it will generate better infrastructure for future tourism. But right now, the industry needs to exist for the tourism that's going to come in place. And, that is what we wanted it to happen. I understand the government, they keep saying one thing: this is a very unorganized industry. And we've heard it very often, and you and me have spoken about this many times on different webinars, that they really don't know if we are 5,000 agents, or we are 50,000 agents, or we have 5 lakh agents, or how many stakeholders are in this industry, leaving the hotels because they have a process. But two things I would say: that firstly, our IATA members, the agents which are IATA, are under a regulatory body called IATA. So there is a number which is attached to it. Secondly, we do have some people who are registering on the ministry site, which is also very important because they are already registered. Thirdly, I would say, that is the reason you need to get the industry status going. Because only when you have an industry status and you have some system of bringing it under a regulatory body to have everyone register on that. The prime minister talks about one ration card, one country. He talks about everything of oneness. Why can't we have that under one aegis and see how this can be developed? And then there is no looking back. And I know again, I'm saying this because I know the budget has been totally it's pushing for spends, borrow and spend. So I think there was no better way than to put your money into domestic tourism at least, so the spending comes into rotation, and indirectly what happens, the infrastructure comes up automatically. So there is employment immediately happening. There's no unemployment going to happen, and there'll be a restructuring of the entire industry. But somehow, yes, we haven't got it all. So I think we will just need to keep pushing with the government again, because for certain things we do need the government. We are a very resilient industry, and I'm sure we'll survive and we'll get out of it, and we will rebuild ourselves and reboot ourselves, and we've been motivating our members. But we do need the government to actually get the reforms in, to bring in proper policies, and that's the only way we can have a stronger industry.
And what now? Actually, now the budget is out. The herd immunity is also starting to set in, especially in Delhi, and vaccinations have also started rolling out. So, where do you see the trends going? In which direction do you see, and any positives that you can foresee in the coming future, maybe for the incredible India story?
Yeah. Actually, Raghav, I'm a very positive person. Yes, I do tread sometimes very cautiously, because I feel, especially at this time, because I feel that there is what is related is health in this industry. And the COVID has brought a lot of havoc into people's lives, because, you've seen so many people, you've heard such bad news from people's families, your friends, and, they've suffered very badly, and some of them are no more today. And hearing that and seeing that, you feel that you need to tread your steps very, very cautiously. But I'm a very positive person. I think our tourism industry is a very resilient industry. It is a very sustainable industry. And if collectively, and again, that's another good thing, which I remember the first webinar I did with you, and I said that we need to cooperate with each other. We need to, consolidate our workings, and we need to connect with each other. And we've seen that happening. We are today looking at each other not only as competitors, we are looking at each other as collaborating partners. So I think that is the best thing that can come out. And saying that, I'm going to say it very quick, very truly, that I think it's just time for us associations to work more harder. We need to open up this world and see how we can support our members. Is it in skilling? Is it in generating more revenue? Is it how imparting more knowledge? What is it that the members are going to ask for, look for? See, our role as talking to the stakeholders, with the hotels, with the tourism bodies, with the airlines, is an ongoing process, and we are doing that very, very well. I think we have been connecting to all the state tourism boards even in this lockdown period. We've had multiple webinars, as you know. The whole industry is doing webinars on states, on destinations. We've been very progressive and aggressive in getting our refunds from the airlines, which was such a challenge. We have literally achieved those, slowly, but we have achieved those. Our connect today with MOCA or, with MOT is much stronger. So let us just take out what the best we can acquire from all them and move in a very positive way, because life is not going to end here. And we have to survive. It's our bread and butter. So if we need to change our industry, we will. And why not? We will put in all our best to change this industry ourselves. If the government comes with us, well and good. If they don't, we will still struggle and move forward with it.
Absolutely. And any positive trends do you see? Like these are some of the things which you see, maybe which will encourage your business in this year. Maybe
Yeah,
domestic tourism.
I think there are, firstly, I think domestic tourism is here to stay for some time. And I say that very loudly because, a lot of our travel agents, some are in inbound, some are in conferencing, because there are so many avenues of tourism, and you could be an outbound. But I think it's time for everyone to start restructuring them, seeing what niche markets they can put up in domestic, because India is a huge country. And it's got a plethora of everything, from the beaches to the mountains to everything. You have culture, you have health, you have cuisine, you have wellness, and medical, you have adventure. And there are some things which can take the the SOPs of today and move forward like adventure. You don't need to go in groups, you need to go in smaller groups. You can do rural tourism, you can do village tourism, so all those things can be adapted. And I think we are here to help our members. As a matter, just recently I had a one-to-one talk with the ministry, trying to build some circuit for our members, which could be good, like a USP to help them to promote and also educate them how to sell those, maybe the festivals, maybe the cuisine separately, maybe the culture separately. So I would like to change the Dekho Apna Desh into Sikho Apna Desh, and that is what TAAI is now tied up with MOT to do Sikho Apna Desh. So that's one thing that's coming out very strongly. The other things are that I have been working on is how to get railways, because if we are doing domestic tourism, how is railways going to be connected? They are a very important connect to the last minute, the travel, that especially in your own country. So we are talking to railways to see how we could structure TAAI as an association to sell rail tourism. How can we take conferencing on a train by chartering some coupe and doing that on the train? How can it be destination linked? So we are exploring those opportunities, and these are all new things which are coming out. Yes, it will take some time for river cruises and waterways to come in and add budget to ports and all these things. I'm sure that will be also there helping in the future, but you need to start skilling. So that is another part which I believe in very strongly, that you need to skill your members to actually pick up and see what they want to do. Because right now, skilling and upskilling is going to be an ongoing process. And I was reading from the World Economic Forum that no job is now for life, because things have changed. COVID has made everyone look at jobs, employment in a different format. So no job is for life now. Secondly, every 5 years you'll see a change in trend of hiring, because things are drastically changing. Did you ever expect India to quickly get onto our internet and everything on virtual? No. Because whenever we used to always, as a matter, feel very insecure when OTAs used to start doing our business. With the brick and mortar, people used to say, oh, OTA, oh, they are a threat to us. I don't think so today. Because why? You and me, I mean, everyone who's in this business is a OTA today. Because I'm also doing business online, because COVID has taught me to do that. But how I'm selling, how I'm marketing, what is my outreach is a different aspect. Now that is for you to take it forward, right? You've established yourself that you are an online travel agent today. My office is doing all the ticketing from home today. I'm only talking to people, on the consumers, on a Zoom call or like a platform like this where I'm talking to you. So what is changed? It's suddenly changed. So this is the time for us to quickly adapt ourselves, to get more and more skilled in all these things. See where what is coming in, is what is important, what data is important. How we should do a SWOT analysis quickly on saying where this industry is going, and that is what we need to give our members, so that they can thrive and come to new ways of working.
Wonderful. And we've had a very enlightening session with you. And I invite all our subscribers, all the audiences to kindly check out our print edition also of the upcoming MICE showcase, where we have Mrs. Jyoti Mayal's exclusive detailed interview along with her success journey over the years. Well, with this, I would like to thank you, Mrs. Mayal, for taking out time from your schedule. And we hope that your efforts continue to make way for our industry, and you keep charting out ways for revival and survival of our sector. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Raghav, and thank you for sharing our voice to everyone, because I think that's also the very important need of the hour. And it's wonderful to connect with you always, because I know you are doing a wonderful job. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
ma'am. Thank
Take
you.
care. God bless.